I wish I could tell you that this is about the incredible skills of a young mother who single-handedly built the perfect school. But that's not what happened. Building that school took a community. When my daughter was just 3 years old, it was time for me to go back to work. We had to find a school for our children. I knew nothing about education except that I did not like school. And what I wanted for my children more than anything was just for them to be happy. We shouldn't have to choose between happy and well-educated children. We found a small parent co-op built on the insights of Dr. Maria Montessori, a scientist and educator who wrote and spoke about education. The Nazis burned her books. Mussolini kicked her out of Italy, and she was placed under house arrest by the British in India. What did Montessori do to make so many enemies? She created a system of education based on the innate needs and tendencies of all people. She understood that children learn best through their own explorations and discoveries. She saw the education of young children as a path to world peace, and the way to get there, while transforming schools, was through her simple yet profound dictate, follow the child. Soon after we enrolled my daughter, after all that time of looking for the perfect school, the teacher left. The school lost its building lease. Together with a few other families, we found a vacant, rundown house that was available for the school on the condition that we fix it up. You give parents some mops and buckets, some brooms, some hammers and nails to benefit their children, stand back. We had that school up and running in no time. And because of my incredible skills with a mop, or maybe because I had the worst separation anxiety, I had the honor of quitting my job as an editor at the university to become the first head of school for Escuela del Sol Montessori in Albuquerque. First task, find a teacher. One of the many who over the years would guide me on the finer points of how to create environments in which children can thrive, and on the finer points of what does it mean to follow the child. My partner and I now have 4 daughters. Each year we ask, what do you want for your birthday? The annual response, world peace and a clean house. Thanks. You can just ask for some earrings. A clean house, not happening. World peace. Now that's something we should tackle. Transforming education, world peace, and okay, a clean house. How do we make these ideals a reality? Since those early days, I've learned that really we don't have to choose between happiness and quality education. In truth, it all comes down to happiness. When we parents worked together, building and cleaning to benefit our children, building a school, there was something in it for us. It met our needs for collaboration, for working together on something bigger than ourselves. We made our mark on the world. It was difficult. It was rewarding. It was challenging and fun. We were happy. Currently, schools are segregated, primarily by age. They're isolated from the community at large. Young children, adolescents, and adults don't have the opportunity to learn from each other. In classrooms of varying ages, children learn by collaborating, by observing, by helping each other, by teaching. It reminds me of a story a teacher at our school told me. It was a shy, really shy 3-year-old who refused any direction from her. All he wanted to do was to observe the other older children at work. He did this for months. Finally, one day, she was able to engage him in a math lesson and was shocked to find that he could read all of his numbers up to the thousands in place value. He learned all this indirectly in his own time. Follow the child. When Escuela del Sol had the opportunity to acquire the campus of the Harwood Girls' School, we jumped at the chance for stability and growth. Old, historic in fact, run-down buildings Given our history, it was kind of appealing. Out came the mops and buckets, the brooms, the hammers, and the nails, and we added a toddler program and an elementary school. We also added a community outreach program called the Harwood Art Center. So why would a small early childhood and elementary school create and operate an art center? Because that's one great way to embrace, to bring in the community. For almost 25 years now, the Harwood Art Center has been wonderfully effective at engaging the community at large. Through grants and collaborations, we widen the horizons for youth and adults whose access to the arts is limited or non-existent. They are given the opportunity to make their mark on the world through collaboration and skill building. And our students have access to artists of a wide variety of arts and artistic expression. Sometimes I see our young 9, 10-year-old students in a conversation with an artist who has an installation in the gallery or one who works in a studio there. The inspiration goes both ways. New opportunities are revealed for artists, young and old. Education based on meeting needs and led by children's own discoveries may indeed transform schools around the world. Dr. Montessori's insights were as relevant today as they were 100 years ago. In learning environments like this, conflict can be resolved through peaceful negotiation. Perhaps we've come to understand how following the child and letting the wisdom of youth guide us can lead to peace. And in this school, where people work together, we all know how to work wonders with mops and buckets. And we collaborate to keep the environment sustainable, healthy, and clean. And when we go home, it's to contribute to a clean house.